my god, Nis! You won't believe it. My ex has reached out to me again. He asked me to meet him. Should I give him another chance? I don't know what to do. The amount of emails like that I've gotten in the past couple of days is quite impressive, cats, but not very unexpected. Exes have a tendency to come back in seasons. In some rare instances, however, they do want to come back because they have been working on themselves. They have gained some awareness around the situation. They have understood the past better. They have started improving themselves, and now they have a desire to either offer and get closure or to really give it another shot and start over again. Regardless of their reason for the desire to infiltrate your life once again, I want to gas you up a little bit because I don't actually really care that much about your ex, but I do care a lot about you. And you having manifested this experience of an old flame, lover, or ex-boyfriend or girlfriend reaching out yet again means that you have changed. Whether you're happy and excited about them finally reaching out again, or you're annoyed and a little bit disgusted at their attempt to come back again, you can and should absolutely take the time to acknowledge that you have accomplished growth in your own life. And that deserves a round of applause. Now the question of whether or not you should give them another shot fully 100% can only be answered by you and totally depends on your unique individual state of mind, expectations, state of being, emotional stability, intentions, and your outlook towards the future. This is a decision that you can only truly make without any regret or doubt or wobbling once you have brought your thoughts, your logic, your understanding, so your mental body, and your feelings, your gut instinct and your intuition, so to speak, your emotional body into alignment, agreeing on the decision. I want to take this opportunity to reassure you that it is absolutely normal and fine and okay to want an ex back and to take them back and to give them another shot. There is nothing wrong with you for wanting or considering that. You are not dumb, naive, or weak for doing that. So the first thing that you need to do is to completely disregard and let go any outside opinion around the topic. Whether this opinion comes from your family, your parents, your friends, your co-workers, or anyone. This is a situation that is regarding you and one very specific, singled out individual person. Not your family, not your friends, not your social environment. And you should not allow yourself to get influenced by any online opinions about the topic. You are a grown woman or a grown man. You are your own person. You know what you want. You know what you don't want. You know what is best for you. Nobody else has the right to with that. And if you right now feel incapable of really making that decision, then don't force yourself to do it. It's very important for you to internalize the concept of first energy alignment and then action. There is no point in taking action before you are in alignment with yourself. Know that there is no time urgency attached to any of your decisions. The first practical tip I have for you is to become very clear and aware of the initial feeling them reaching out to you has triggered within you. Here you should know that being slightly overwhelmed and maybe even feeling anxiety is very normal. It's your brain's response to a perceived potential threat. But that feeling usually changes very quickly once we hear what they have to say. And this is the feeling that you really need to explore. This feeling represents an instant evaluation of their offer and your judgment over that. Did it make you feel good? Did you get excited? Was there a moment of, oh, finally? Or a moment of, I knew this would happen, hell yeah! Then you know that from an emotional perspective, there is still something that you can gain from the experience of that person being in your life. If your feeling was more of a, oh, I don't know if I can trust this sounds too good to be true, or some sense of shift and power dynamic where you felt like all of a sudden you have the upper hand, then it means that your emotional body is not actually focused upon the relationship itself, but more so focused on either challenging the other person or seizing the opportunity to feel better about yourself. And of course, if you had any kind of negative feelings of, oh God, no, why the hell is he back? What does she want now? Or any sense of dread and threat to you, then your emotional body tells you very loudly that this is not for you and you should completely reject it. Now let's say that your initial response or physical emotional reaction to this offer was on the positive side of the spectrum. Then you need to next look at your logical responses. Listen to what your brain is telling you. And now we have Lemon here. Hi, Lemon. Look at how gorgeous she is. That. Get her. So what you got to do here is some mental work. So if I was in your shoes, I would sit down and ask myself, what thoughts of mine are in favor for giving this another shot, and write it all down, no judgment. And then what thoughts of mine are against giving this another shot. This can be a slightly triggering exercise. In order to avoid spiraling or getting caught up in your past, I advise you to take a step back after you wrote everything down and go do something that has nothing to do with this topic. And please take your time with this. When you have been in the state of neutral, slightly optimistic for an extended amount of time, you will, trust me on that, 100%, get an impulse to revisit the topic. But this time, you are not revisiting the topic from the perspective of, I have no clarity, I need clarity. You will revisit it from a detached, different point of view. Without knowing it, you have internally already aligned yourself subconsciously with the answer, with the solution to the issue. If you struggle with this particular aspect of the decision-making process, you can use my guided root chakra meditation, Find a solution to any problem. This meditation will absolutely bring you clarity, and it will also allow you to let go of the emotional negative baggage. I will put the meditation at the end of this video. You really have to think your way through this process. And most likely, just reading the statement question, reasons for why I should give this a shot, reasons why I shouldn't, will already trigger a response within you. The second practical advice I have for you is to really evaluate their offer and them as a person. Where are they now? What have they been doing all this time? What is their professional status? What is their financial status? What is their personality like? What are their habits, their traits, their attributes, their decisions? How do they talk to you? How do they feel? Do they come off as confident and happy? Do they come off as a person that can really add to your life and allow you to add value to their life as well? We communicate our authentic selves and our intentions to each other in more ways than just verbal communication. And I can guarantee you, your subconscious mind has already figured out their intention and who they are authentically now. And it will let you know via your sensations and your intuition whether or not this person is a match to you. And this happens almost instantly when you spend time with them, when you actually give yourself a chance to experience them now. Allow them to present to you who they are, authentically on all the levels, mental, emotional, and physical. And trust your internal judgment while you're doing that. We want to be able to give the people we care about the benefit of the doubt. And we also want to be able to stay in alignment present with ourselves, stay empowered, and stay neutral, slightly optimistic, regardless of the circumstances and conditions. And in order to practice this, we really need to rely on our inner guidance system and not dismiss it. If we have been marinating in wishful thinking for too long and the desire to give the benefit of the doubt is overpowering, it's very easy for us to ruin our own alignment by ignoring all the warning signs and red flags. So really know who you are, how you tick, and how your internal guidance system is working. Be clear on what it is that you want. Have absolute clarity over this and strong boundaries surrounding that what you want. You have to be selfish enough to really only allow the opportunities in that are satisfying your desires. Half-assed is not going to work. Wishful thinking is not going to work. This other person needs to show to you, to prove to you somehow, in some way, shape, or form, which is satisfying for you, that they are in fact a match to that what you want to achieve and experience. And if it's not a hell yeah, it's a no. And it doesn't matter if you still have feelings for them or if you still have hope for them. If it's not a hell yeah, it's a no, period. Make sure you go into this experience with this mindset and set of boundaries and clarity. I personally have taken back way too many exes, way too many times, significantly more often than I care to admit to myself. And the biggest cause of regret for me was always putting the other person first. Whenever I decided to give a person from the past yet another chance, because I saw their need for me, their desperation, their desire for me, and disregarded my own desires, my own needs, thinking that I am strong enough to put my feelings, needs, desires, and wants to the side and cater to them, I always ended up being filled with resent towards them and myself. I always ended up having some kind of blame around them and regret and judgment, negative judgment around myself for having allowed them in too soon or having allowed them in again, even though I may have not wanted it at the time. So make sure that the person that receives your empathy and compassion is actually you and not them. Truly loving somebody means I take them on as an aspect of myself. I make them a part of me. And that means every decision I make and every action I take needs to benefit me and them, not just them. Relationships can never be sustainable, can never be functional and healthy and good for you if they are in any way, shape, or form one-sided. When you have experienced this person disrespecting you, cheating on you, lying to you, playing with you, using you, abusing you, you have to make sure that you fully, completely understand why this happened, why they did that, why you enabled that behavior, and see whether or not they have come to the same conclusions. If they understand how this toxic dynamic in the past was developed, and when they have made absolutely crystal clear that they are not this person anymore, when they have proven to you that those reasons that caused the past bullshit are no longer existing anymore, only then you can truly consider moving on with them. A person that did you wrong needs to have the awareness around what happened. It's not okay to glance over this. It is not okay to avoid this topic. It's not okay to pretend it never happened. You don't have to make a big deal out of it. You don't have to get triggered or fight over the same crap that you used to fight about in the past. But both of you must have a clear understanding. Do not fall for potential again. Do not think that you can change or save them again. Do not think that you can love them into being a better person for you again. And do not depend your self-image onto their opinion about you again. And you gotta make sure that you have truly, honestly, and sincerely forgiven your ex's past mistakes. Worst thing you can do is to pressure yourself or get pressured into giving this relationship another shot and then constantly being on alert, micromanaging situations, dealing with anxiety and distrust, and expecting the worst. This is not the foundation for a good relationship, and you deserve better than this. All right, that's it from me on the topic of should you or should you not give that ex another shot. Ultimately, it is up to you. So make sure you're making the right decision for you. That's it. Thanks for watching and see you soon.